Horror Movie DVDs 2013, video number 1. Today, the main rack. Maybe tomorrow, the Blu-rays and/or Scream Factory collection. Other collectibles about to decay, but for today, just the DVDs on the main rack in the horror collection. Let's go. No more talk. Rock on. Let's get the focus going here, guys. It's going to be a very insanely long video of epic proportions. You might like it, you might not. As in true format. You've seen people do these before, they just pull them out and tell you what they are. But along the way, if they're signed, I'll show you those too. What we have here is Halloween, signed by Dean Cundy, the cameraman, cinematographer extraordinaire. Pretty cool stuff, I know it. Let's put that one up here so we can pull these out. Halloween, the TV cut. The Fog, this is signed by John Carpenter up there in the corner. The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing. If you haven't noticed already, I do these by kind of like director and collections and franchises and stuff. Just some kind of weird order that I can keep it in. John Carpenter's Christine. UK DVD of They Live. US DVD of They Live, signed by Meg Foster and John Carpenter. Pretty cool stuff. In the Mouth of Madness. Village of the Damned. Vampires, John Carpenter's Vampires, that is. Ghosts of Mars. The Board. Night of the Living Dead 90 remake. And of course we have Night of the Living Dead original. Check it, yeah. Pretty cool, pretty cool. The Crazies. George Romero films now, getting into those. George Romero's Martin. This is the Lionsgate Martin disc. If you're in the market to get Martin, this is the comprehensive best one to get. This is the Arrow release. Has the right aspect ratio, so this movie was filmed in full screen. The Lionsgate disc is a cropped. It's widescreen, but it's cropped from full screen, so you're missing some stuff, I guess you'd say. Creepshow UK, the best way to own that one in my opinion. Creepshow 2. There is a better version of that one out there. This one doesn't have, I don't think it has a lot of special features on it. It's an old Anchor Bay disc. It's just got a theatrical trailer and behind the scenes still gallery. Alrighty. Day of the Dead, the fold out bub version, 2-discer. Dawn of the Dead Ultimate Edition. Mine's kind of beat up, but I got a good price on this one a while back. It's used. This is the 4-disc one that has all the different versions of the film in it. Still looks pretty good for a DVD. George Romero's Monkey Shines. Enjoy that one. A lot of people don't. I also enjoyed The Dark Half, even though George Romero probably don't really enjoy this one. I think he had a lot of trouble with the studio when he filmed this movie. It's like one of his only studio movies. Sadly, that's the only way to get it, I think, and it's full screen. But anywho, and yes, I do own a. This is a. I want to say it's a Korean Survival of the Dead. This is one of the first ways you could buy it when it first came out. And I got a real good deal. It was an import. But anyway, Survival of the Dead, not the best zombie film ever. Cronenberg films on DVD. And mind you, if you don't see them like some Cronenberg or Carpenter films or what have you, if they're not here, I have them on Blu-ray over there on the Blu-ray shelves. We'll go through those another day. Today is just the standalone kind of DVD versions of films. Of course, I'm going to go through my Scream Factories another day as well. So these are just the ones that are on this rack. Shivers. Good old school Cronenberg body horror stuff. Rabid. UK DVD of The Brood. Has both versions, US and UK release. I think the US it's kind of the uncut version, I guess you'd call it. The UK, I think, has some stuff missing from it. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's true. Scanners UK DVD, signed by Michael Ironside. That's the guy on the cover there. Character actor from way back. He plays the bad guy in this movie. Ultimate bad guy. Mind control dude. Pretty cool stuff. Exploding heads. Can't beat it. Scanners, US release. This is probably one of the first DVDs I ever bought. I still got it. This is like the 3rd DVD I ever bought. 4th maybe. It's pretty cool. What was y'all's first DVDs? Leave a comment below. Let's see. The Dead Zone. It's kind of a light beer Cronenberg outing, but it's based on Stephen King's story. Really enjoy this movie. It's pretty cool. Christopher Walken, good early appearance from him. David Cronenberg's The Fly. Getting into some Lamberto Bava, double feature here of his films, Blade in the Dark and Macabre. macabre, however you want to say it. The Demons 2-pack. I usually keep all my multi-packs down on the bottom shelf, as you'll see later. But I break the rules every once in a while if it just seems more fitting for the shelf. Just my man cave, my rules kind of deal. Sorry, guys. Demons 2-pack. This is the Anchor Bay one. It's kind of beat up. I found this at a pawn shop. But this is one of the better ways. This is one of the more rare ones that are out there. I think this is, it goes for a little bit of money on Amazon, I think, still, but it's hard to find this version. I've hung on to this because, man, I can't see dropping that much coin for those new steel books. Not just yet, anyway. Argento films, The Bird with the Clear Stole Plumage, Four Flies on Grey Velvet, Cat o' Nine Tails, Deep Red, Suspiria. I got two Infernos. I got the Anchor Bay, the old Anchor Bay from back in the day. I think these have different special features on them or something here. I think this is an exclusive Dario Argento interview. I'm not sure if it's on this this Arrow one, but I kept it anyway. The Arrow edition is awesome. It's the 30th anniversary edition of Inferno. Yeah, check it. But it's got poster, just like all these releases. They're so awesome. They got the reversible cover arts on them. It's sad these are only going to be Region 2 one day, or if they aren't already. Argento's Opera. The Stendhal Syndrome. Do not buy this release. This is a Trauma DVD release. Why I got this one, I don't know. I guess I got it because it was cheap. But it's a non-anamorphic widescreen, and the quality sucks and doesn't have it doesn't have any good special features. There's a good Blue Underground release of this. Buy that one instead. Arrow release of Sleepless. This is one of his newer movies, like the early 2000s, and it is awesome. It's more true to form with sort of like Tenebrae and some of his older slasher giallo films. Mother of Tears, the third and last film in the Three Mothers trilogy. Giallo is probably one of his most recent films. Not that great of a film, but surprisingly wasn't quite as bad as everybody said, I didn't think. It's kind of something different. Getting some Fulci DVDs. Now, I got a lot of stuff from Fulci. I got a couple of those on Blu-rays. This is just the ones I have on DVD from Fulci. Let's see if I can get that out of there. Sorry, guys. Okay. The Black Cat. Let's pause for a second, man. Some of these old Anchor Bay ones, man. This is why I used to like Anchor Bay back in the day. They give original cover arts and or original poster arts on the inside on a heavy stock card. Good art on the discs, and usually throw you a bone on some of the more special editions. But and sometimes they'll have reversible cover art like this one. It says, for more information, please see reverse side of cover sleeve." They had little tidbits like that back in the day from Anchor Bay. Blue Underground re-released a lot of these older ones, but check those. They're still available, still out there. Probably my favorite pound for pound Fulci film ever, The Beyond special edition Arrow release. Pretty cool stuff. Look at my old reviews if you want to see more info on these. I'm still working on my Fulci collection. I've got some of his non-horror movies over there, and the action films and the mob films and stuff. But, and of course, as I said, I'll show the rest on Blu-ray. Touch of Death. Not the best Fulci film, but I surprisingly liked this one. I thought it was pretty cool. It's a decent release. Who's this by? This is by Shriek Show. But I think they did this one in Murder Rock, which is another one that's pretty hokey. Pretty good at the same time, I thought. Let's see, put that in there. Sergio Martino's Torso. This is an older Anchor Bay disc. There is a newer one from Blue Underground that's, I think, got a cleaned up language track on it or something. This one's not bad, though. You do get a widescreen release and some trailers on it, but it's pretty cool. I like the cover art, though. This is getting into the rest of my foreign films, or foreign-made films, I should say. Martyrs. Not to everybody's taste, and I don't really... It's not the one I'd watch all the time. It's just every once in a while when I have those needs to watch something like that. The Blind Dead collection. There's 4 films in it. This is the Anchor Bay double feature disc of Tombs of the Blind Dead, Return of the Blind Dead. These are, of course, Spanish-made zombie films, I guess you'd call them. Night of the Seagulls. The Ghost Galleon. Not sure if those are in the right order, but they're there. Cemetery Man. Pieces. This is the UK release. I think I'd probably... The UK release gets the job done, but I'd probably go for the US Grindhouse release that they put out. That's pretty good. Cannibal Holocaust, another one that's just kind of hard to watch, but it's not nearly as bad by other movies put out today as far as gore and stuff like that, but it's still kind of a hard watch. It's not something I'd watch all the time. Not really a big cannibal movie fan. Razorback, Australian horror, monster horror there. I got here Vampires, first Blue Underground disc I ever bought. It's about the vampiresses, I guess that's a word, and it's a British-made, very bloody, very gory, uncut and uncensored. This is the Blue Underground version here. Anyway, got some good interviews with the stars in that movie. Now we're getting into the American, like the franchise films. I kind of lump those in together. Of course, we have the Amityville Horror, Amityville Horror 2. Everybody's got these. 3D that's not in 3D. Friday 13th original. I kept this disc because it's signed by the writer, Victor Miller. Signed that for free for me. That's pretty cool of him, wasn't it? Final Chapter. These got slip covers on them. Bear with me. This is signed by Judy Aronson. Strip and Dip. Judy Anderson Smith. Yeah, I've showed these before in other videos. Final Chapter. It's pretty cool. Part 5. Probably one of pound for pound one of my favorite Friday 13ths. Signed by W.C. Voorhees, Marcus St. John, and the director, the late great Danny Steinman. Rock on. We're doing good, guys. We might actually get two shelves done tonight. Jason Lives. Part 7, The New Blood. Takes Manhattan. Yeah, goes to hell. Jason X. Freddy vs. Jason. We all know about those. Hellraiser. This is the 20th anniversary edition from Anchor Bay. This is one of their later releases that they did. This one's signed by Doug Bradley and Ashley Lawrence. Pretty cool stuff. Let's see what else we got here, guys. Let's get some light going there. Yeah. Hellraiser 2, Hellbound. Not the biggest Hellraiser fan. I do have the other films. They're down in my multi-sets. You'll see those later. House, one of my favorites. Love House. And rivaled only by House 2. If you want a good hokey follow-up, I love House 2. The only 2 House films I own because it's the only 2 I care about. Rock on. Poltergeist. Poltergeist 2 and 3. Fright Night. Wish I'd have got that Blu-ray. This one's signed by Evil Ed, so mine's cooler. Pretty cool. Fright Night 2. I think this one's kind of rare. This is the Artisan full-screen crappy looking DVD, but it goes for a pretty penny still because they haven't really re-released this one yet. Wish they would, because this is a pretty decent little 80s horror flick, I think. The Texas Chainsaw remake. I own it. I don't know. Don't really like it, but I own it. I'll watch it every once in a while. Texas Chainsaw original steelbook. Pretty cool release, guys. You gotta get your hands on that. Got that for $5 at Walmart. Now we're getting rid of those. Texas Chainsaw 2. This is the edition to own, the gruesome edition. It's now on Blu-ray, but I don't have it. Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw 3, signed by R.A. Mihailoff. The guy that played Leatherface in the film. Next Generation, we won't talk about it. I do like the beginning. I don't know why, but I do. This is kind of out of order here, but I don't know. I do like that one. And I really did like this one. I like this is the Texas Chainsaw 3D, but of course this is the regular 2D DVD. But I rather enjoyed this film. I enjoyed this. This has probably been the best Texas Chainsaw movie since Part 2 for me. Really enjoyed that experience. The Extras films, Extras 1, Extras 2, Extras 3. Phantasm, Anchor Bay release, signed by A. Michael Baldwin. Phantasm, original MGM disc. This is probably the 10th, I'd say give or take, the 10th DVD I ever bought. One of the first ones. What's so funny about this one, I noticed this the other day when I was rearranging the shelf. MGM saw fit to leave off their logo on the whole entire spine of Phantasm. I don't know what that was all about. They put it on the front, but they didn't put it on the side. This is a non-anamorphic widescreen transfer. That's the only thing I can say. This release has got good special features on it, but good cover art on the disc there. But it's got, I think, some slightly different special features than the Anchor Bay one over there. So I've hung on to both. Plus, because Angus Scrimm signed my insert card on this one for free. Pretty cool stuff, dudes. Cool. One of my favorite werewolf movies of all time, Silver Bullet. Pet Cemetery. This one's epic. Look at this. Brad Greenquist, Miko Hughes, Denise Crosby, and Dale Micka. 4 of the main cast members of the movie. I wish Mary Lambert do a convention. I'd get her to sign that. Cat's Eye. This is some Stephen King movies, by the way. Kind of lumped in together. Salem's Lot. First DVD I ever bought. That is the one. I bought this at the same time I bought... I picked this one out first, but then I bought Out for Justice with Steven Seagal. I still have both of those. They're both old snapper case deals. I bought those at Circuit City when there was such a thing. Pretty cool stuff, guys. I think they were like $6 a piece back in the day. Stephen King's It. Good miniseries. Stephen King's Sleepwalkers. It's hokey. I don't know. Really love The Mist. This one's a 2-discer signed by Jeffrey DeMunn. You know him as Dale from The Walking Dead and a lot of Frank Darabont projects. He's a good actor, good character actor. Good release of that too. Got the black and white version on it. 1408. I got this one dirt cheap at a Blockbuster closing. Surprisingly good. I halfway enjoyed this movie. A lot of people knock it and don't really talk about it, but enjoyed it. Some Wes Craven films. Hills Have Eyes, the original. The only Hills Have Eyes, in my opinion. People Under the Stairs. Deadly Blessing. This is a UK DVD. I don't know if I think they've got a better version out from Scream Factory. Check it out. Tobe Hooper. Got Eaten Alive. This is his sophomore effort after Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I actually kind of enjoy this film. You can get this 2-disc, I think it's a Dark Sky release. Pretty cheap. I got this for $5, brand new. Shipped, I think it was. Toolbox Murders. Oh yeah, it's not the original Toolbox Murders. It's the Tobe Hooper pseudo remake of Toolbox Murders. I'm gonna catch some heat. I enjoyed this film. I don't know why, but I did. Sorry, guys. Okay, we gotta pause for a second. I mean, you guys didn't think I was just gonna sit here and talk to you all evening without drinking some water. Come on, guys. Good water, good water. Okay, back to the rack. Let's get this done. What do we got here? We got Student Bodies, Strangers Watching, Just Before Dawn, excellent release. Here's a Blu-ray from Code Red of that out now, but I don't know about special features on it. Silent Night, Deadly Night. This is one of the re-releases they did with some special features, I think. Audio interview, I think, on it. The Initiation. Good underrated 80s slasher flick. Christmas Evil. Pretty cool stuff. That was a screener. I did a review on it a while back. Drive-In Massacre as well. Savage Weekend. The Stepfather. Stepfather 2. I hope you guys can see this stuff. My lighting is terrible on the stream. Prom Night. Prom Night 2. Hello, Mary Lou. Whatever that is. Nightmare. Signed by special effects wizard Cleve Hall. Worked on the film. Pretty cool stuff. This one actually goes for a lot of money. I don't know what it's worth if you've got an autograph on it or anything, but this is out of print now from Code Red. I don't know if it's really worth all that money, but it's pretty decent little slasher with some good gore in it. But you know, that's about it. Madman. I wish I could get this signed by the Madman himself one day, or good old what's her name? She goes by the pseudonym in this movie. She goes by Alexis Dubin because this was non-SAG Screen Actors Guild role for her, but that's old what's her name from Dawn of the Dead. Name escapes me right now because I'm brain dead after a long day at work. Galen Ross, that's it. Some more Code Red stuff. Got The Forest and Don't Go in the Woods double feature. If you're in the market to get Don't Go in the Woods, though, get that anniversary disc they put out. It's got a better version. It's got the right aspect ratio of the film. Slaughter High. This is the Arrow release. Good stuff. Can't go wrong with Arrow DVDs. They're always pretty sound. The Prowler, signed by Tom Savini, special effects wizard. Happy Birthday to Me. Look at that cover art. Pretty cool stuff. Hell Night. Good underrated slasher monster movie from the 80s. I think this one's out of print now too. It goes for some money. A lot of these Anchor Bay movies, if they didn't get re-released by Blue Underground or they released small batches of them, they're probably going to be worth something. So I've held on to a lot of them. Sleepaway Camp. Pretty cool stuff. My favorite one in the series. House on Sorority Row. Hate this cover art. And if you've seen the movie, you know why. It's a UK DVD. Graduation Day. Early role for Linnea Quigley. The Last Horror Film. Carolyn Monroe and Joe Spinell were kind of in the wake of Maniac, after it came out, they made another horror film, filmed in or around the world of Cannes Film Festival. I, Madman, Final Terror. That needs a better release, by the way. Not the greatest slasher, but I wish I had a better release. Final Exam. This was filmed in Shelby, North Carolina, to the best of my knowledge, at some community college, I think it was. I don't know, it might be a good little locations video to go do one day. It's one of those Katarina's Nightmare Theater DVDs. They're usually pretty good. Bloody Birthday. Pretty cool stuff. That one really surprised me. I remember watching that one for the first time. Humongous. Another Katarina disc. Spit on Your Grave. There we go. Basket Case. Let's see. The Blob. The Blob's also signed by two people in the cast. Jeffrey DeMunn. Mentioned who he was before. He plays the sheriff in this movie. Also, it's signed on the inside by Miss Candy Clark. She plays the waitress that has the relationship with the sheriff, and one of the more notable adult leads in the movie. So anyway, I hate it when it does that. Special features: digitally mastered audio and anamorphic video. That's not a special feature. Theatrical trailers, yeah, maybe, but anyway, there's no special features on that disc. Anyway, love getting my DVDs signed and going back and looking at them every once in a while. I'm so nerdy. Tourist Trapped. Good movie. Trick or Treat. Screams of Furra Blu-ray release. Needs a better release big time. That's like a Laserdisc full screen port. Vamp. American Werewolf in London. 2-discer. The Howling. This Howling I believe is signed. Let's look at it too while we're at it. Put you up here for just a second. Yeah, it's 5/17, so what? Oh yeah, here we go. It's signed by Joe Dante. Beast Wishes. Pretty cool stuff. It's one of my top 3 werewolf movies of all time. But I don't like all the Howling films. I'll tell you why. I only like the original because it's the original. It's a classic. Part 2 is good and hokey. It's got Christopher Lee in it. Your Sister is a Werewolf. I actually like this one too because it's so god-awfully bad. And it's supposed to be like kind of like a pseudo remake of the original. So we went back to the original source material, the original Nightmare. It's so terrible, but I like it for some reason. Pumpkinhead. This is the edition to get, the collector's edition, guys. If you're in the market to buy Pumpkinhead, it's got the best special features on it. Reanimator 2-disc, big box, old school version of it. Still a pretty decent release from what I understand. Don't know about the image Blu-ray of that one. You guys leave a comment below. Tell me what the picture quality is like. The Stuff UK DVD. I was in this mode a year or two ago when I was buying all these UK releases because they were cheaper. I had a region free player. 2-disc Near Dark special edition. Pretty cool stuff. One from my childhood, The Gate. Ghost Story. Chud. How can you live without Chud? Street Trash. Is it a horror movie? Well, yeah, no, yeah. It's just outrageously funny and bad. Love that movie. Night of the Demons. There's actually a new Blu-ray from Scream Factory coming out. I can't wait to get my hands on that. It's going to be awesome. The Company of Wolves. Monster Squad. Prerequisite, acquired reading. Gotta have that. Waxwork double feature. What else we got here? We got The Hitcher. This one's kind of like a comedy more, but it's Witches of Eastwick. I like the movie. I know. I get a lot of heat over that one, but I like it. And I kind of segue into my old school and 90s films into the next. These are like all my 80s films I just covered there. I always leave Candyman as kind of like the divider because that's like 1990 when everything kind of switched over. But on the next shelf you'll find I put all like my old school like 60s, 70s, 50s stuff on one end. Then I go into all my new school stuff. I don't know, I'm weird. It's just the way I do it. Let's see, guys. Let me get some water before we do another shelf because I want to be able to give you the lowdown on the collection in the proper manner. We can come here and see you drink water, man. Alright, what we got down here? We got Return of the Vampire, old school Bela Lugosi movie. Enjoy that one. Revenge of Frankenstein. House of Wax, the Vincent Price version. I'll get that one out of there. There we go. Rosemary's Baby. And my dog. My dog's come to see us. There's Katie. Hey, Katie. How you doing? You want to be in the video? You want to be in the video? Yeah. Yeah, you want to grunt and be in the video? Well, there you go. You're in the video. Yeah. Yeah. Sweet doggy. So down here we've got The Creeping Flesh. Blackula. That's my wife's favorite, by the way. The Creeping Flesh. She loves it. It's awesome. Blackula. I love it. Gotta have it. Let me pull one of these out. Pull Blackula out just to make some room here so we can... There we go. The Wicker Man. The Christopher Lee one. Not the Nicolas Cage one, mind you. Death Dream. Highly underrated Bob Clark film from yesteryear. Very atmospheric. Got some early Tom Savini effects in it. They're pretty decent. The Sentinel. Shockwaves. Highly underrated. This is a zombie Nazi exploitation movie. With Peter Cushing in it, no less. It's a pretty cool movie. I really enjoyed this movie. It's really hokey, really schlocky. Really enjoyed it. What else we got here? God Told Me To, and they added Kill on there. I think it's really just God Told Me To. Pretty weird movie. I don't know how you classify this horror movie. It's just really weird. Rocky Horror Picture Show. What else we got? From Whisper to a Scream. Good mid-80s anthology. Better than I thought it was going to be. And it's hosted in the wraparound story by Vincent Price. One of his last roles, I think. Pretty cool stuff. This is my old DVD of Trick or Treat. This is the first release. I've kept this one. I've got the Blu-ray, but I hung on to this one because it has the alternate cover underneath of the the Sam character without his mask on. I don't think that the later releases had that on it. Just the first run. I could be wrong. You can tell me if I'm wrong. But it's also got the slip cover and it's cool. It's got that shiny stuff. Anyway, yeah, Blu-ray is probably the way to go if you don't own it, but Amusement. This is kind of like an anthology. It's like different stories all kind of told from, I don't know how to classify it. It's kind of like an anthology style, but it's all got the same central story. We got VHS. I've just recently rented VHS 2. I haven't watched it yet. Rogue. This one surprised me. It's a new creature feature, kind of like a Jaws ripoff, but it's about a giant croc down in Australia, I think. The only movie ever that I can stand what's his name, Sam Worthington in. I'm not a real big Sam Worthington fan, but he gets eaten in this one, but he still plays a pretty good part. Some James Wan films in the DVDs. Saw. It's the only Saw film I own, mind you. Dead Silence, highly underrated. Insidious, scared the pants off of me. Rob Zombie's Halloween remake. We got Lords of Salem, UK DVD. Pretty cool stuff. Shadow of the Vampire. Really enjoyed this film. This is more like a drama, but it's still kind of horror. I really enjoyed it. Shaun of the Dead. Willard. This is a 2-pack of I Know What You Did Last Summer and I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. Interview with a Vampire. This one's kind of like a werewolf movie in a weird kind of action way, full of clips. Mario Van Peebles. It was a HBO movie. Yeah, HBO movie back in the day. We used to watch it in the 90s all the time, going through high school. Really hokey. Very bad movie, but it's pretty fun too at the same time. The Others. Jeepers Creepers. The Gift. Highly underrated Sam Raimi movie. Laid to Rest. I like the Laid to Rest movies. They're pretty cool. Especially Chrome Skull. I like the second one better. I don't know why, but I do. Pretty good stuff. Joyride. Really enjoy this movie. I'm not a big Paul Walker fanatic or anything, but this movie's still good. It's just a good tense thriller / horror movie. My Bloody Valentine 3D. I haven't watched it since I bought that darn thing. I don't know why I keep it around. Death Mask. Voodoo movie with Roscoe from Dukes Hazzard and Linnea Quigley. Urban Legend. This one is actually signed on the inside by Tara Reid. Down there at the bottom by her picture. Pretty cool stuff. I always liked Urban Legend. It's kind of the wake of Scream and kind of one of those knockoff Scream movies, but I like it. Vacancy. Didn't bother me too much. Hadn't seen the sequels or anything though. House of the Devil. Good new age throwback movie. Also, another one good in the vein of that one is The Sleeper. I have in a different set over there on the other shelf. Sleepy Hollow. Blair Witch 2, Book of Shadows. I have the first one on Blu-ray. I've hung on Blair Witch 2 because I actually like that movie. Bubba Hotep. This is the Army of Darkness Anchor Bay DVD. It's kind of dressed up like a bootleg version of the movie. It's called the official bootleg edition. I've hung on to it because I think it has the uncut version of the film on it. 28 weeks later. Got the days later on Blu-ray. Daybreakers. Exorcism of Emily Rose. 30 Days of Night. Don't know what happened to the sequel on that one, but it's a pretty sound vampire flick. Mothman Prophecies. Don't care what anybody says, that's a good creepy movie. From Hell. Kind of a recounting of Jack the Ripper. Really enjoyed this film. This one grew on me over time. I'd probably get like the 2-disc version of this movie too. This is a single disc I got in the bargain bin, but the two disc is the way to go on that one. Or the Blu-ray. Cloverfield. Tales from the Crypt presents Ritual. This is kind of like the third Tales from the Crypt movie, but it got sold to Dimension or something, and I don't know what happened with that one. Paranormal Activity, signed by Katie Featherston, the main girl in the film. And Paranormal Activity 3. As I said, if they're not over here, they'll be on the other shelves. I'm going to close my door here. There we go. See, we're not cutting, we're not doing any editing today. We're just kind of slouching and going through the collection, the main rack. I know nobody's going to be hanging out for this whole entire video, but I'm doing it anyway because I feel like it. Okay, down here on the bottom is where I keep all like my gifts, beyond the first few, mind you. It's where I keep all like my multi-sets that have like multiple movies in there. Broke the rules a couple times, but anyway. Last Exorcism, Orphan, Maniac Remake, which I rather enjoyed. It's a UK DVD. Beyond the Black Rainbow, very strange movie, very strange movie. Masters of Horror, one of these Echo Bridge deals, I think it is. Yeah, Echo Bridge. I got this for dirt cheap, and I hung on to it because it has, I think, Phantoms, The Faculty, and Cursed. That's just not really my favorite Wes Craven movie. I got it for just sheer cheese factor, but those three main ones right there. It's got a couple of those Wes Craven Presents Dracula movies, which aren't really good, but hung on to it because it's a good cheap way to get a bunch of movies I wanted in there for dirt cheap. This is the Puppet Master Collection, 9 movies. We have original Psycho on UK DVD. I put it down here because I got my Psycho triple pack. I haven't bought those Psycho releases from Scream Factory because I don't know, it's not my favorite franchise. Maximum Overdrive. Bloody Schoolgirls triple pack, Girls Night Out, One Dark Night, Blood Sisters. Girls Night Out is pretty sound. I like that movie. Double pack of Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things, Bob Clark film, and The Undertaker and His Pals. I never watched that second one. I don't know what it's all about, but I do like Children Don't Play with Dead Things. Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. It's pretty cool. Night Train to Terror. That one's so hilariously bad. Anthology movie. The Thirsty Dead. Never seen The Thirsty Dead. Need to take some time and check it out one day. Kept this one for the second film, The Fly and Fly 2. This is back in my used movie store days. Like I said, hung on to it for the second film because I didn't want to rebuy it. Bordello Blood and Demon Knight. Tales from Crypt movies. Firestarter 2-pack. Of course, Firestarter 1, Firestarter 2. Never seen Part 2. Need to watch that one day. Elvira, Night of the Living Dead, and I Eat Your Skin. Criminally Insane. This is the AKA Crazy Fat Ethel. 250 pounds of maniacal fury. And also Satan's Black Wedding, which I've never watched. Really just bought this for the Criminally Insane. I think it's got Criminally Insane 2 on it too. I'm not sure. That's a trip. That's a trip of a movie right there, let me tell you. Dawn of the Dead remake and Land of the Dead. I don't say much more about Dawn of the Dead remake. Don't bother me too much, but Land of the Dead's terrible. I mean, it's gotten worse over time. I can't even watch it now. Invasion of the Body Snatchers, 70s version, Scarecrows, which is cool. And The Beyond. This is the Jeffrey Combs. It's actually been put out in a better version on Scream Factory, but it's not my favorite Stuart Gordon movie, so I just hung on to this one. Plus, it had Scarecrows in it. And Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I like all three of those movies. Pretty cool stuff. Another one I pretty much like all three. Got Motel Hell, Wrong Turn, and Needful Things. All pretty sound movies. Watch around Halloween or whatever. Tales from Dark Side of the Movie, Graveyard Shift, April Fool's Day. April Fool's Day is one of my all-time favorites. Got a Blu-ray on that one though. Feast Trilogy. Yeah, they're okay. Final Destination Collection. I think this has the first 3 films in it. Pumpkinhead 2, Leprechaun, Wishmaster 1 and 2. What we got here? This is that. This one's $5. This is a good one if you don't have these movies. Funhouse, Phantasm 2, Serpent and Rainbow, and I've kept it for Serpent and Rainbow. I've got these other two on Scream Factory Blu-rays, but I just didn't want to rebuy Serpent and Rainbow, so I just kept it. Oh Lord, here's one of them 8-packs from Lionsgate. This is the one that's got a few in it that I like. Chop 'em All, Slaughter High, which I have a better version of that. 976 Evil 2. There's just some good cheesy ones. Chud 2, Bud the Chud, or whatever that is. The Unholy's alright. You know, pretty good little pickup. I think they were $5. This one was the one everybody was looking for there for a while because it had Blood Diner on it. This is the only way you could get Blood Diner on an official DVD, I guess, even today. It's got Parents, Earth Girls Are Easy for some odd reason on there. Sundown, Fido, and Weeds Girl. Blood Diner's it's just a trip in and of itself. If you thought Street Trash was weird, you gotta watch Blood Diner at least once in your life. This is some Argento films. I've got better versions on Blu-ray, Phenomena and Tenebrae, but it's also got Do You Like Hitchcock, The Card Player, and Trauma. Trauma's pretty good. It's not bad. It's a 90s movie for him. The Card Player wasn't that great. Do You Like Hitchcock was a TV movie, and I don't know. Draw your own conclusion. This is a steel book that I got for cheap at a Borders book closing. Some of these Echo Bridge deals. There's all the Prophecy films. We have all the Children of the Corn sequels beyond the first one. Let's see here. Where was I? Oh, here we go. The Hellraiser collection. This is starting with Hellraiser 3 on up to the cheapy direct-to-video sequels. I went in and threw this one down here too. I just for like $2 at a Blockbuster closing. Hellraiser Revelations. I don't know. We won't go into great detail. It needs to be forgotten. It wasn't too bad, but it wasn't too great either. There's some documentaries over on the bottom. Document of the Dead. This is the newer version from Synapse. You need to pick this one up. This is the most comprehensive version of the film by Roy Frumkes. His name was Jason. 25 Years of Terror, Halloween. More Brains. If you like Return of the Living Dead, you've got to get your hands on this one, guys. This is the documentary to have. Tells you everything you need to know about that series. Pretty much, at least for the first couple or first 3. Boogeyman, I just got this at a Big Lots for $3. Here are some convention DVDs, if you take my meaning. Terror on Tour, Don't Go in the House. These are just ones I've kept that I haven't replaced or whatever. New Year's Evil. The Mutilator. Midnight Hour. Excellent anthology here. Nightmares. It's got Lance Henriksen in it, Emilio Estevez, a whole bunch of people. Pretty cool. And last but not least, the infamous Home Sweet Home. The only, to my knowledge, the only Thanksgiving slasher ever made. Look at that. That's so sweet. It's pretty cool. It's about that guy, the weightlifter guy, gets all juiced up and goes on a killing spree at Thanksgiving time frame. Anyway, Home Sweet Home. That is it, my brethren, for the main rack of doom, or the rack of terror, as I like to call it, the horrific rack. Next time this has been about a 40-minute video, so the next time I go do a filming, I'll do the Blu-rays and or my Roger Corman horror movies or Scream Factory or something. We'll come up with a plan next time. Rock on, dudes. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Bye.